What is up, guys? It's Brandon here. A few days ago, I told you that I was forming an LLC for my Amazon business and then also for my real estate business. And today I wanted to kind of show you and tell you what an LLC is, kind of what it does, and how to obtain one, as well as an EIN, which is an employer identification number. These are things that you're going to need to, whether you're selling on Amazon or you're in real estate, etc., you're going to need both an LLC and an EIN. All right, so what is an LLC? An LLC stands for a limited liability company. And what this means is that in the United States, an LLC is basically a corporate structure that owners are not liable for the debts or losses, and essentially those get to pass through the LLC rather than the owner of the LLC. And with LLCs, the LLC itself does not pay taxes. Instead, it's what's called a pass-through, where it passes through the LLC and actually goes on to the personal tax returns of the people in that LLC. All right, so now that you know what an LLC is and does, I'll show you how to form one online and how to get your EIN. All right, so the very first thing that you're gonna wanna do when forming an LLC is actually thinking of a name. And this could be, Marty's, Cupcake Factory, or, whatever you want. It's probably something that, you're gonna wanna be okay with for a long time. So you're kinda wanna think really hard about what you want your LLC to be called. All right, so after you think of a name and you're happy with it, you're gonna need to file something called an Articles of Organization. And essentially what that is documents that are filed with the state. And these articles essentially establish rights and powers and duties and liabilities and other obligations of each member of the LLC. And then other information on the LLC is going to be like the name, the address of the LLC's members, the registered agent of that LLC, which can be you, or it can be someone like LegalZoom. You can assign it to them. And then also, the business's statement of purpose. And the Articles of Organization, they're not free. So you're gonna have to accompany that with a payment to the state to obtain those Articles of Organization and send those to the rightful places. But again, this isn't hard with entities like LegalZoom. They make it super easy, to form your LLC and get your EIN number. So that's what I'm gonna show you here today. All right, so now that you know what an LLC is and does, I'm gonna show you how to form one and obtain your EIN. And there's ways to do this on LegalZoom. They make it super easy, but again, they charge a lot for forming the LLC, getting the Articles of Organization and then getting that EIN. So I'm gonna show you how to do this as cheaply as possible and give you all the resources you need, because LegalZoom, they're there to make money, obviously. So they basically bundle things into a couple $100 packages. But at the end of the day, you actually don't need to get those packages, because you can get certain articles certain places and obtain your EIN by yourself without their help, which actually ends up saving a couple $100. So that's what I'm going to show you guys today. All right, so let's jump on my computer and I'll walk you guys through it. What is up, guys? All right, so right now we're going to go over to LegalZoom to show you how to form your LLC online. All right, let me move my head to over here. All right, so we're on the LegalZoom homepage. What are we gonna do? Well, we said we're gonna form a limited liability company, so let's click that. All right, so this is where, like I was telling you, the first thing you need to do is really think of a name. Think of the name you want for your LLC. So, for example, I just put in over here Bart's Candy Shop. And basically what it's going to do is just check the availability of this name for your state. So we'll do check availability. It'll tell you if it's taken or not. And it's going to take us over to ask us what our state is. All right, so let's just say Nevada, for example. Nevada, search. So now it's going to search in Nevada if that is taken. So it is not. So great news. Bart's Candy Shop is not taken. It's available. All right. So we're gonna go down here. You don't need to put that in. So just get my LLC. If it didn't work, you just go down there and say get a different name, and just take you back to the same page. So, all right. So for our example, let me click out of this. We're just going to do, we're launching soon, our business soon. If you already launched your business and it's already running, you click that. If you don't know, someday in the future, you just do that. So we're going to do launching soon. And so this is a life-changing move. All right, continue. All right, so is this your first LLC? And if it is, you're going to hit yes. If it's not, you're going to hit no. So for our case, we're going to do yes. What will Bart's Candy Shop do? So what will your company do? So we're just going to say sell candy. And again, you're obviously going to put, what your company is going to do, just like these down here. So click continue. All right. So will you have employees in your first year? For us, we're going to say no. Just going to be Bart running the candy shop. All right, so this is where LegalZoom is going to try to sell you a ton of different types of packages and services that you may or may not really need. Most likely will not need. So we'll just see. All right, so for us, we're legally required to appoint a registered agent, and that can be you, but LegalZoom is going to want to try to have you appoint them as your registered agent. But again, that costs about $200 per year for them to do that, which we don't need that. And essentially what that's going to do is, they're going to tell you when certain documents are, when you have to renew those. But again, you can look online and just see when you have to renew certain documents yourself, and you can save, and it's not that many documents depending on your LLC, and you can save yourself a ton of money. But if you wanted to appoint them, you can. So we'll appoint a different registered agent. This just tells you what a registered agent is, and they're going to do all this fancy stuff and tell you why you need one. But again, we're going to go down, appoint a different registered agent. They're going to tell you again. So appoint a different registered agent. And so now it moves on to the next thing. So right here. So they're going to try to sell you the operating agreement, the EIN, which I'm going to show you how to get later for free, and licenses, which you may or may not need those licenses. So that's $200 right there. You get the operating agreement and EIN for $159 right there, or you can just get the operating agreement. But guys, the thing is, they're business. They're trying to make money. You don't really need this stuff at all. You can go online and find your own operating agreement. I'm going to show you how to get your EIN for free, and then the licenses, depending on your company, you may or may not need them. For this example, we don't need them for what we're doing. So what you can do down here is say, no thanks, I'll provide my own documents, and you can just look them up and get them yourself. So they're going to try to sell you on this, which is just their experts. So we're going to see, let's see, you can start screen share. So just, they make you see it, what it is. You can get your own, tax person, you can get your own advice, etc. So we'll say no thanks, we don't want to start our trial. Again, they're going to try to sell you on this, $320 a year, but you don't need that. And for this example, we're going to say no thanks. And then over here, again, $280 a year for this. And again, we don't need that for this example. We're going to say no thanks. And then we finally get to the package that you want to choose. If you need your LLC really, really quickly, you're going to, within 10 days, you're going to want to, choose Express Gold. If you can wait a little bit, 15 days, about 2 weeks, you can do that one. Or Economy, if you really don't need it that soon. Like if you're starting an Amazon business or something, and it's going to take time to actually order the product and do all that, then you could wait 30 days, or they say like 20 to 30 days. So you can do that. So for this example, we'll do Economy, which is $29. If you want to sign up for Bank of America, they're just trying to sell you this. So for this example, we do not need that. You see what I mean? They're trying to like sell you all these different services, and basically when it comes to this bill right here, they want it to be as high as possible. But for us, we're smart, we research things, so we don't need them to bring all the stuff for us as a convenience and then charge us, hundreds of dollars to do that. We can just go find it ourselves. All right, so on here, the filing fee, again, this is going to be different depending on your specific state. For Nevada, it's $425, and this is an admin fee, charged by the state of Nevada. If you're in North Carolina, it's going to be, different. If you're in California, it's going to be different. So this is $425 right here. And then we pick the economy. So instead of $325 for getting it within 10 days, we chose the economy, 20 to 30 days, $30. We chose to not opt into the essential documents, such as the operating agreement, EIN, stuff like that. I'll show you how to get the EIN in a second. And then let's see, we appointed ourselves as the registered agent. We can go look and see when things are due. We don't have to rely on an email to know when certain papers need to be filed. And then we said no thanks to the tax, legal, or total compliance. And then down here, you can put in, if you have honey, you can get anywhere from, I've seen like $11 to $20 off of this. And then essentially all you do is go to checkout. And then they're just going to want your details, your address. One thing you can do is pay in installments. So if you don't have the $454 right now, if you're in Nevada, again, it's going to be different for every state. If you don't have that, you can do the 3 payments over 3 months and just do that. And don't forget, LLCs are usually tax deductible, so you can write this off. And so you just hit agree and pay now, and that's that. So that's the LLC. So the next thing, since we didn't opt in for the operating agreement, which you can get somewhere else, online, just type in operating agreement for LLC, and you can find that. But I'm going to show you how to get your EIN number. So let's go over here. So for example, let's do North Carolina EIN number, and again, just type in your state and then just search on Google. So we're going to go down. See, the IRS requires that every employer who pays wages to one or more employees file an application for an employee identification number, or EIN. And we can get this for free. So let's go down here. Let's see. Okay, so the IRS. You want to look for the IRS's website.gov. Apply for an EIN online. So just click that. We're on the IRS Internal Revenue Service website. You go down here. You can read this if you want. I've done this before, so I don't need to. So apply online now. All right. You can just click OK on this. Okay, so this just shows you that you have to, you basically have to complete this in one session. It'll expire after 15 minutes if you don't touch it. If you walk away, go get some food, so don't do that. Just sit down. It should only take like 5-10 minutes. Okay, so let's begin our application right here. So again, based on what you're forming, you're going to pick whatever. So for our instance, we're doing limited liability company, LLC. Continue. And this just tells you about what an LLC is. Like I told you at the beginning of the video, you can read that. Let's go to continue. All right, so how many members are going to be in your LLC? For example, we can just pick 2 for this. If you have a partner, which will form a partnership, and you'll see that. So let's just go, I think we said North Carolina on there. Continue. All right, so this is important. So due to the number of members in your LLC, we are considered a multi-member limited liability. And if you had 1, you wouldn't. So, you can read, what a multi-member LLC is. You have to classify as a partnership for that, you and your partner, or if you have 3, 4, whatever, it changes. So you can fill out these forms if you don't want to do the partnership, I guess is what that is. But again, you can read this and choose for yourself. But for this example, we're going to click continue. All right. So I just want to know, I think, a little bit about you and your business. So what is, why are you forming the LLC? So for our case, we started a new business. So we're beginning a new business. Let's click continue. Authenticate. So responsibility party LLC can be either individual or existing business. Again, we don't have an existing business, so that's pretty easy. An individual, just us. All right, so now we got through identify the progress. Now we're on authenticate. So what you're going to do is just type in your name, your information, your social security or ITIN, and then I am one of the owners if you're actually registering your own LLC, or if you're a third party doing it for someone else, you'd obviously click that and then continue. You go ahead and go and put your address of the business you wanted. I'm not going to do that for this video's sake purpose. I don't want to make this too long. Then you put in a little bit more detail, and then you do EIN confirmation. So that's essentially it. So I showed you how to do the LLC. I showed you how to get your EIN in your state. And the EIN is free. At least in my state it was. And for what I was, for the purpose of why I was getting one, it was free. So again, you can see how through LegalZoom, they essentially just kind of send you the stuff to the documents to make it easier, I guess, in a way. But this is pretty easy for me. I think for most people, just to go online and kind of do it yourself. And again, you can go get the operating agreement between you and the partner if you do have a partner. Just go search it online. It's super, super easy. Alright guys, so I hope you got a ton of value out of that video, and now hopefully you can go on your own, go to LegalZoom.com, set up your entity, set up your LLC, sole proprietorship, whatever you want to set up for your business. And then also I showed you how to get your EIN number through the irs.gov website for absolutely free. And I kind of showed you, the different pros and cons of paying hundreds of dollars to have them do these things, or just going out and getting your own documents. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe. I will greatly appreciate that, and I'll see you in the next video.